Good morning and thanks so much for tuning into the Trade Setup with me, Niraj Shah. It's all about yields across the world. Now, the 10-year Treasury yield in the US has risen to the highest since April. I think the 30-year one is a whisker away from 5% as well. Oil has fallen though, good news on the US fuel stocks build up as well as the dollar strength. Asian markets though largely have fallen after a choppy Wall Street session on inflation worries. Frankly, it's all about inflation and yields. So the US markets did okay, but a very choppy session. Asia, when it opened up, largely was a tick of red. You seeing more red than green for sure. Our markets, which recovered a little bit of lost ground today, very likely to start off lower today. Now, the key point is, even yesterday, when our markets recovered from the lows of the day, the broader markets had pain. So therefore, the pain in the broader markets certainly continues, even as the large caps saw sideways moves. I mean, Nifty mid-cap 50 was down 1%, while the Nifty, remember, almost ended very, very flat. And I think one of the reasons why this is also happening is that even in the broader end of the spectrum, because the HNI segment is now sitting on the sidelines. They are doing the private markets, they are doing the unlisted space, they are doing the IPO space, not quite fishing in a big way in the listed mid-cap, small-cap space. Very, very selective. And which is why the broader markets don't have the kind of money flow that was coming in a better part of 2024. I think today, the budgeting commentary, whether the client budgets are getting firmed up or are they getting pushed to beyond January because of the Trump swearing in, could well determine what happens to IT today. TCS was up in trade yesterday. Let's see if this continues. It's a decent day for earnings, formally kickstarting the earnings season with TCS, but there's Tata Elxsi, Ireda, GPTL, Hathway, so a number of companies coming with numbers, and the primary market activity is stupendous. Standard glass lining, yes, lining technology was overall subscribed 182 times. It's stunning, really. And this one might break multiple records. Quadrant Future Tech and day 2 subscribed 123 times. I think this will go over 250 times very easily. So watch out for this one. If you want to play for the pop, not a bad idea. Now, stocks to watch today. I'll breeze through them very quickly. There's a shortage of time, excuse me, viewers, today. But Tata Motors, the Q3 JLR wholesales were up 3%, retail were down 3%. The point being, the numbers are largely in line, but the mix is positive. And therefore, you might well see Tata Motors not have a negative reaction today. So keep that in mind. P.N. Gadgil Jewellers, Q3 retail segment revenue up 42%. Franchise segment revenue up 87% and e-commerce segment revenue up 98%. Watch out for PN Gadgil, could be an interesting one. SRF and Navin Fluorine, there is a sharp surge in global refrigerant gas prices. I think according to an Incred note, a US dollar $1 per kg change in the gas price could increase SRF's EBITDA by 260 crores and would contribute about 60 crores for EBITDA. For Navin Fluorine, could result in an incremental EBITDA of 77 crores. So the sharp surge in refrigerant prices could aid both of these stocks, could well be movers in the session today. Novelis, weak numbers as indicated the Q3 FY25 EBITDA could range at $360-370 million, which is down 21% QOQ. MK thinks this is a pain and it might persist. CLSA says the recent weakness in Hindalco bakes this negative, so watch out for that. Pratap Snacks I wanted to mention because it's a formal open offer. This was known that Mahi Madhusudan Kela and Autumn Investment will make this open offer at 865. So it's not new news. Keep this in mind. Advait Infratech, interesting, has gotten a letter of intent from Gujarat Urja Vikas for establishment of a standalone battery energy storage system. So watch out for this one as well. And 2 brokerage notes, CLSA on Bajaj Auto, an upgrade from an underperform to outperform. And Bernstein, on Swiggy, initiated outperform, target 635. Watch out for both of these. Thanks so much for tuning in.